Well, Mr. Holt, first of all, I just want to thank you again for taking the time to speak with us today. There's quite an interest in Project Marvel and what that means for the city and what that means for the Spurs in the future. So I want to begin by asking you about the vision for Project Marvel. Should it come to fruition, how does it align with the Spurs' long-term goals for San Antonio?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that having a world-class arena has enabled us to be tremendously successful for the past 25 years. Since our family got involved in the mid-90s, we have one of the most successful runs during that time period. And I think what we're most proud of is that during that time and now, not only have we been successful on the court, but we've really prioritized positive community impact and this mindset of winning's important, and you can win the right way with good people being of service to the community. And we first got involved with the Spurs because there was an inability at the time to build a new arena, and there was a threat the team was going to leave San Antonio. And so our engagement with the Spurs is really, we moved from Corpus to San Antonio, and the Spurs is what welcomed us to the town. Yeah. It's what allowed us to have fellowship and community. And I went to the Spurs summer basketball camps, and we went to the games, and didn't matter where we were from or what we did. It was all about the joy and the love and the fellowship and the unity and community. And so we just fell in love with the Spurs and are still in love with the Spurs. And so answering your question, having a world-class, fan-first, amazing arena that our community can be proud of will enable the Spurs to be successful and to have a focus not just on winning, but being a fan-first, community-first organization. And I think it'll also catalyze our urban core, this sports entertainment district rooted with a new Spurs arena. I think it'll catalyze and transform our urban core, which will make the rest of San Antonio benefit as well, because it'll be accessible, it'll grow the economy, it'll improve the San Antonio as a destination, and I think it'll increase the pride and the exposure that San Antonio has.
Wonderful. You mentioned the late 90s and that risk that was present back then of losing the Spurs. And I think what you're talking about was the Alamo Dome. And when Tim Duncan hinted that if a new arena wasn't built, that there was a possibility of him having to leave. With Wemby now seen as the future of this franchise, do you believe a new arena is just as essential today as it was back in the late 90s with the Alamo Dome and Tim Duncan era?
Absolutely. We're one of the smallest markets of the 30 NBA teams. And so for us to have a world-class arena that our players can call home, that can give us home court advantage, that our fans can be really proud of, that can be the loudest in the NBA, will absolutely enable our success. And we've seen that proven over the last 25 years or so. And now we have a tremendous opportunity to work together as a community, as a partnership, to ensure that we're successful.
Okay. When the Frost Bank Center was built, back then, I think it was the SBC Center back then, San Antonians were promised this kind of revitalization of the East Side, that it would bring this economic prosperity to that area of town. By and large, I think that the public sentiment is that it fell short in that goal. Moving forward, how do the Spurs, the city, and the county, as they plan for this new downtown arena, how can the public be assured that the benefits will be there this time around?
Yeah, I think that we have a wonderful opportunity ahead of us, and the great thing is that the county has been a phenomenal partner for decades. The rodeo has been a great partner. The city is going to be a great partner in this new project, and so we can put these stakeholders together, not to even exclude others that are going to be part of it, like UTSA, like Hemisphere. This multi-stakeholder group coming together to ensure that this next phase of the Spurs home, which will include ensuring that the Frost Bank Center location is successful and has the investment it needs to take on its next phase of the journey, I think that's going to be important as well. And the good thing is that there's a formula of success, that the structure has been in place where there is dedicated funding sources that come from visitors, tourists coming to Bexar County, tourists coming to Texas, that is dedicated to these types of venues, that we can go get together as a partnership to ensure that this next phase of our journey and the next phase of building these world-class destination placemaking centers is going to be of utmost benefit to all of San Antonio, all of Bexar County.
Okay. You talked a little bit about funding, and I want to discuss that,
Sure.
if we may. The arena itself is estimated to cost something around 1.2 to 1.5 billion, and we know, as you mentioned, that these are going to come from a variety of sources. One of which is a possibly proposed venue tax that will not go to the residents of Bexar County and San Antonio, but instead go to tourists, people checking in at hotels or renting cars. This will be put to voters, hopefully, for approval. What happens if voters say no? Is there a contingency plan in place for that scenario?
Listen, we think that this urban core sports and entertainment district is the absolute future of the success of San Antonio and the success of the Spurs. And the great thing is we can do it while also enhancing the Frost Bank Center on the east side. We can do both. There is, the vision is there, the funding sources are there. The Spurs are going to put in our fair share of that funding, that investment, like we have for forever. And I think that the people of Bexar County, the San Antonio fans, the Spurs fans, the people of San Antonio, they're going to see that vision is going to be beneficial, transformational, and make them really proud of our city. And I'm very confident that vision will come through.
So you're confident voters will approve?
I'm excited to engage with the public, all of the wonderful stakeholders that make San Antonio so great, and show them how impressive this vision will be once it comes to life, and how it will enhance San Antonio, how it will be an accessible, joyous, positive economic impact place for San Antonians and people of Bexar County to be really proud of, to say, hey, let's go downtown, let's go to a Spurs game. It's special.
You mentioned that the Spurs would put in their fair share under an agreement signed back in March between the Spurs and the county. The Spurs organization has until July, which is next month, to disclose and clarify how much the Spurs plan to contribute. Mm-hmm. What is that amount? Can you give us any insight into what that would look like?
Yeah, we're working on the total project cost details, and we're also ensuring that our other stakeholders, like the rodeo, like the county advisory board that manages the Freeman Coliseum, the Bexar County itself, UTSA that holds the land downtown, the city of San Antonio, there's a lot of moving parts. And so we have to work with them over the next couple months to ensure that we know the details of the project costs. And once we do that, I think we'll develop a really positive agreement that ensures that the right funding comes from the right place, and we're absolutely ready and willing to invest a very large amount into the project.
Okay, so this project will obviously take a huge collaborative effort between the Spurs, the city, and the county. Have all entities fully been looped in all aspects of Project Marvel, and are they aligned in this vision?
What I can say is that there's been just tremendous engagement and a tremendous level of care from so many stakeholders, and even folks that may have disagreements or points of concern. I think the wonderful part of San Antonio is that we are a caring and collaborative group. And the leaders that we've talked to of all the various stakeholders have been incredibly engaging and communicative, and we're really excited about that. I think that's the first step of any complicated project, is to be able to communicate and talk and realize differences of opinion with a common goal and a common purpose. And I think we have that, and I'm excited to see how that unfolds over the next weeks and months.
Are there any concerns that plans will be derailed or delayed given that the city of San Antonio now has new leadership?
I think that we're excited about the city's new leadership, and we are already and are going to really dig in with them and see how they see the project. And I think early indications are really exciting and really positive that they believe that San Antonio is a city that deserves, the people of Bexar County and the people of San Antonio deserve the best. And we have an opportunity right now to use funding sources that are not burdened on community members to give San Antonio and give Bexar County residents a world-class, incredible, experiential place in our urban core that is going to be really accessible and really exciting.
Looking at some of the other markets, NBA markets
Yeah.
across the country, what lessons have you learned from other cities' experiences with downtown arena projects?
I think that especially in the last 10 to 15 years, it is become a consensus best practice that urban cores of communities are really important. Even if you don't live there, even if you don't work there, they are absolutely vital to the success of a thriving city. And San Antonio is a thriving, growing, changing city. And to have a foundation of an urban core that is vibrant, accessible, safe, exciting, fun, dynamic, that will allow our city to have sustainable success going forward. And if you look around the U.S., a very interesting and consensus trend is that sports arenas or entertainment arenas can be an absolute anchor for that success and that development. Look at Oklahoma City, look at Detroit, look at Sacramento, San Francisco. You can go on and on and on and talk about the trend where sports and entertainment venues being in the urban core has been a vital component to a city's success.
I want to talk a little bit about the fan experience now.
Yeah.
You mentioned that there's a lot of excitement. We know that as a news organization because we hear it from our viewers.
Sure.
There's a lot of excitement about a possible new arena. Can you walk us through what fans can expect with this new arena? What will make it different from the Frost Bank Center?
Yeah, I think that we have the best fans in the world, and that has been an advantage for us in the 5 championships that we've won. And so to have a place and a home for those fans where they can feel that they can be their authentic self, that they can be engrossed in the game, and also have a wonderful experience with their family and friends and maybe even strangers, I think that has been a really special component to the Spurs fan experience. And so we're excited to dig in on a new arena to see how we can extend that even further and create dynamic opportunities and spaces where fans can show up and be the loudest and support the Spurs winning on the court, and also feel really unified and engrossed in fellowship and community, and have fun and joy with their fellow San Antonians. And so creating spaces, creating viewership opportunities within and around the arena, I think that's going to really be a game changer of this next phase.
What is the expected timeline for this to be completed, and what are the milestones that we, the public, should be looking out for?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have not dug in yet fully on like a construction timeline or when we could do that. But obviously, the next big step is a November ballot. And once that's accomplished, then we can start really digging into site planning, infrastructure planning. The timeline to build new arenas has sort of been all over the place, but if we can get everything in place, I think a 3 to 5 year window after the November election would be what we would be focused on, and we would want to do that with do it in a way that's conscientious of not just ensuring that an arena gets built great, but the entire vision has the velocity it needs.
My final question, Mr. Holt, do you have a message for Spurs fans and the San Antonio public?
Yeah, I would say that the Spurs, we've always punched above our weight. That we're one of the smallest markets in the league. We're still one of the smallest markets, even though I believe that San Antonio is growing and is going to continue to thrive. The facts are what they are. And for us to have had the success that we've had, we can't do it alone. We never could. And just like on the court, Tim would say, hey, he couldn't do it alone, or Manu couldn't do it alone, or David Robinson couldn't do it alone. It took a team. And that's our story on the business side too, on the arena side, on creating sustainable success. We need a collaborative partnership to enable this legacy to continue and to continue to make San Antonians proud. The Spurs need assistance and a partnership and collaboration to build this new home that will make us thrive for decades to come.
Mr. Holt, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you. It's great speaking with you.